Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane. Welcome back to one of our favorite cryptocurrency, Solana. Today we'll be going through quite a few updates within the Solana ecosystem. We'll also go for a price analysis and price prediction. But this is the end of March. Naturally, we've got a bunch of news to go through, so it's actually going to be quite exciting. Now, obviously, the global hackathon for Solana was actually ended on March the 17th, but it was quite a success in my opinion, and it was quite huge. The total prize and seed funding was 5 million. That's huge. That just goes to show you the power of crypto, but the power of Solana is huge. No one can deny that. That's for certainty. And Solana is growing in the payment sector as well. They're growing rapidly in the payment section. And why shouldn't they? They are one of the most fastest cryptocurrency when it comes to TPS. Now, obviously, they've had their issues in the last few months. They've had stoppages on the network. People have struggled with the network. But nevertheless, they're still doing an incredible thing in the ecosystem of all cryptocurrency by pushing the needle. So today we're going to have a look at Solana Pay, that's sparking activities to categorize future of payments. And then we'll go through some of the March information, the March updates, which is going to be quite exciting. We'll also take a look at the price. We'll do a price analysis. It's currently at $111. Now, what we're mostly looking for is the strongest points for resistance, around $78, so $80 maybe on average. And once you go back 3 months, you'll realize that even around February, the end of February, there was a strong resistance around $81. And then when you go back to around the same time in January, the 24th of January, there was a strong resistance around $84. So we know where resistance is just around $80. That's where Solana realistic price is. So if you compare that to where it is right now, is it overvalued in comparison? Not really. It's actually at a great buying price right now. So let's get into the updates. So it's been over a month since Solana Pay debuted as the first decentralized permissionless payment rail, making it easy for merchants to enable transactions in digital dollars like USDC for a fraction of a penny and without any intermediaries at the point of sale. More than 600 merchants have engaged with Solana Pay ecosystem, while others in the community are already incorporating Solana Pay into their payment flows. Autonomous.ai built an e-commerce experience including escrow smart contracts functionalities and on-chain dispute resolution using Solana Pay. So you can actually get more information on autonomous.io, and you can actually read more about the integration, that is the Solana integration. So they are passing along cost saving for customers using Solana Pay, and they envision a long roadmap of on-chain features. So remember when I say Solana has been thriving in the payment ecosystem and in the world of payment. So a Twitter user known by Rep John Curtis making history being the first congressman to purchase something with Solana Pay with .mtn Pay. That's MTN Dale making it happen. So they're working together to make this happen. Now let's not forget that El Salvador is actually using Bitcoin payments in their country. That's their currency. That is their national currency that they're using all across the country. But imagine when they start using Solana, a faster blockchain. Imagine when they start using Avalanche. But Solana is really thriving specifically in the payment industry. So I can see more countries like El Salvador adopting to Solana as well, not just Bitcoin. Because remember, while Bitcoin is a great reserve for your money, it's not always the best thing to use for purchase. It's not always the best platform or best blockchain to use for purchasing. So I can see more countries actually engaging with Solana. This is great. So MTN Pay.so debuts an iOS point of sale app which incorporates Solana Pay into the Square point of sale software. MTN Pay authenticates directly with merchant Square stores, keeping innovation and transaction in sync while the transfers of assets between customers and merchant is verified at the time of sale. So you can actually check out the John Curtis purchase directly, just like check out the information that we were just like reading up before for yourself. So there seems to be a video just making a payment, actually just using his phone. And this is how technology has seriously advanced in the last few years. And when I say few years, I mean like we weren't doing this say 2-4 years ago. We just weren't. So a new era of payments. The early implementations of Solana Pay demonstrate how easy it is to get started, and while a primary advantage of Solana Pay is the lack of intermediaries and near zero fees, the future of payment has so much in store. The next batch of integrations will take advantage of the direct merchant to customer communication channel that Solana Pay enables, such as Playout, Riptide Hackathon, and 7,000 participants. Solana energy usage in March, at the end of March. This is just a quick look at that. So energy per transactions in joules. So this is just an example. In December 2021, when the market was doing all right, actually, it was just 1,989 joules. Now, the interesting thing is that the market hasn't been doing particularly well, especially in March. Nevertheless, the transactions in joules is actually risen by quite a lot, 2,707, just to give you an advantage. But the CO2 cost per kilowatt has actually been reduced, not by much, but it's been reduced. Now compare this with Ethereum. This is where it gets interesting. Ethereum, March 2022, and this is the energy Ethereum has used in joules, is 777.6 million joules. And guess what Bitcoin is in the month of March 2022 in joules? 7,412.4 million joules, compared to 198 Gs of CO2 per kilowatt for Solana. Solana more than half the cost of CO2 per kilowatt, compared to Bitcoin using way more energy, way more joules, causing way more CO2. In payment, Solana could be the future, but in reserve currency, Bitcoin will always remain king in my opinion. Bitcoin is just a great reserve currency, but for payments, it's not the best, and we have to admit this if we want to fix this problem. So this is great for Solana. Now, what's next? We've got to do our price analysis and price prediction. So right now, price is $111, and we've got a strong resistance just around $80. So that's brilliant. This is in the last 3 months. So it wasn't too long ago, just around the 2nd of March, that Solana price was $105. Now, obviously, since then, the price has fallen down by quite a lot. We understand where our strong resistance are, around $80, but we need to understand where our price margins are. And at the start of February, it was actually quite high. It was actually around $122 in price. And naturally, if you go back to March, coming out of and this was at the start of the new year, the price was doing really well. Obviously, throughout the months of November and December, it was doing terrific. But since then, it's had a big hit. But one thing we're sure is that Solana can definitely get back to $175, $150. Solana can easily get back to $200. And I don't think it's necessarily in need of help of the next bull run. Don't get me wrong, the bull run will help Solana quite a lot. It will help Solana a lot. There is no doubt about it. But if you look at the marks that I'm drawing up, you'll see the patterns occurring. And this all started obviously at the start of the year. Price was around $200, and it made a huge dip, and it recovered slightly. It recovered slightly to around $141. From that price, $142, to as low as $82. And that's where we got our strong resistance marker. But once again, it recovered quite nicely, but then the same thing will occur. The price will dip, and sometimes the price will dip below $100. I'm estimating that the next dip will probably be around $100 flat or $190. So let's change the color of this onto a red marker so we understand where my expectations are for another Solana dip. This makes a lot of sense to just wait until it goes back down because the bull run is not on yet. Yes, we've been getting some more momentum in the crypto ecosystem, but the bull run is not fully emerged yet. But long term, obviously, I'm looking forward to Solana going to at least $200 back again this year. It will accomplish that fairly easy. But long term, for the entirety of this year, we're looking forward to Solana hitting $300. Now, in my opinion, Solana is majorly undervalued. I think Solana should be at least around $400, maybe even $500. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Let me know if I missed anything, leave a comment and let's have a discussion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.